Marcus stared at his bank account. 17 months, $83,000 burned. His startup dashboard showed the same brutal truth it had shown for the past year. Declining users, zero revenue growth, investors going silent. But Marcus kept coding, kept posting, kept hustling. Because that's what entrepreneurs do, right? They never quit. They push through. They persist. Marcus was about to learn that persistence without direction isn't courage. It's a slow-motion disaster. Every entrepreneurship podcast Marcus consumed preached the same gospel. Winners never quit. Push through the pain. Your breakthrough is just around the corner. So Marcus pushed. He sacrificed his relationship, his health, his savings. His friends stopped calling. They were tired of hearing about the startup that was almost profitable. Meanwhile, 3 competitors had already solved the same problem better, faster, cheaper. But Marcus couldn't see it. He was too busy being resilient. At a startup conference, Marcus sat alone during lunch. That's when he overheard a conversation at the next table, a venture capitalist laughing with colleagues. These first-time founders think stubbornness is a strategy. We see it every cycle. Brilliant people wasting prime years on dead ideas because they can't admit defeat. Marcus felt his chest tighten. Was she talking about him? He looked around the room at hundreds of founders, all grinding, all persisting, all potentially drowning. That evening, Marcus attended a panel titled "Failures That Made Us Millions." One speaker caught his attention. Sarah Chen, a legendary entrepreneur who'd sold 3 companies for a combined $400 million. But her opening line shocked the room. "I've started 62 businesses. I killed 59 of them myself. That's why the other 3 succeeded." The audience went silent. This wasn't the resilience porn they came for. Marcus leaned forward, desperate to understand. After the panel, Marcus approached Sarah. "Everyone says never quit, but you're saying the opposite?" Sarah smiled like she'd heard this 1,000 times. "No. I'm saying quit fast and quit smart. The most expensive mistake in business isn't failure, it's slow failure. Mediocre ideas that take years to die while consuming your best decades." She looked at Marcus with unsettling perception. "What are you not quitting right now that's killing you slowly?" Marcus started explaining his startup, the vision, the pivot attempts, the almost deals. Sarah stopped him 30 seconds in. "How long have you been saying almost?" Marcus paused. "Maybe 15 months?" Sarah nodded. "That's 14 months too long. Come to my office tomorrow. I'm going to show you something that will either save or destroy your entrepreneurial career." Marcus barely slept that night, oscillating between hope and terror. Sarah's office wasn't a typical Silicon Valley shrine to success. It was minimalist, almost empty. On one wall hung a simple frame with 59 business cards, each representing a venture she'd killed. "This is my real resume," she said. "Tomorrow you're going to start 10 businesses, and you're going to kill all 10 before they kill you. This will teach you the most valuable skill in entrepreneurship, the ability to recognize death before it's obvious." Marcus thought she was joking. She wasn't. Each day for 10 days, he had to identify a problem, create a minimum viable solution, find potential customers, and then, most importantly, find the fatal flaw that would kill the business eventually. Day 1, Marcus built a productivity app for remote workers. Within 6 hours of customer research, he discovered 4 competitors with better funding and features. Sarah's question was brutal. "Why would you spend a year on this when you could know it's doomed in a day?" Marcus had no answer. By day 4, Marcus started seeing patterns he'd missed before. Every almost viable idea had visible cracks from day 1. He'd just chosen not to see them. His original startup? The warning signs were there in month 2. But he'd been so committed to not being a quitter that he'd ignored reality for over a year. Sarah watched him connect the dots. Sunk cost fallacy destroys more entrepreneurs than bad ideas do. On day 8, Marcus sat in Sarah's office, emotionally exhausted from killing 8 businesses in 8 days. "I need to shut down my company, don't I?" he said quietly. Sarah didn't answer immediately. "Only you can make that call. But ask yourself, if you started fresh today with everything you know now, would you start this exact business?" Marcus felt tears forming. The answer was obvious. He'd known for months. He just needed permission to quit. Sarah gave it. There's no honor in finishing something that was wrong from the start. The next morning, Marcus wrote the hardest email of his life. He announced to his small team, his remaining investors, and his users that he was shutting down. The responses surprised him. Most were relieved. They'd seen the writing on the wall too. One investor wrote back, "Thank you for not wasting another year of everyone's time. This is the most founder maturity I've seen in years." Marcus felt something unexpected. Freedom. The weight of pretending was finally gone. With his remaining capital and newfound clarity, Marcus spent 2 weeks not starting anything, just observing, researching, talking to potential customers without pitching solutions. He found a problem he couldn't stop thinking about, one that made him excited rather than anxious. Within 3 days, he'd validated real demand. Within a week, he had paying customers. This felt different. It felt easy, because it was right. 6 months later, Marcus returned to Sarah's office. His new venture was already profitable and growing, but more importantly, he understood something that changed everything. Quitting my first startup wasn't giving up on entrepreneurship. It was finally starting entrepreneurship properly. Sarah smiled. Most founders confuse commitment to an idea with commitment to success. They're not the same. Sometimes quitting one thing is the only way to start the right thing. Marcus now teaches other founders what Sarah taught him. Intelligent quitting is a competitive advantage. While competitors waste years on marginal ideas, smart founders kill fast and pivot faster. He keeps his own wall of killed ideas, now numbering 23. Each represents a bullet dodged, time saved, and a faster path to something that actually works. The entrepreneurial journey isn't about never quitting. It's about knowing exactly when to quit and having the courage to do it before it costs you everything. There's a difference between quitting and strategic abandonment. Quitting is giving up on your dreams. Strategic abandonment is giving up on the wrong path to find the right one. Every hour you spend on something that's fundamentally broken is an hour stolen from something that could actually succeed. The question isn't, should I push through? The question is, am I pushing through towards something real or just pushing through because I'm too afraid to stop? If you're working on something right now that you know deep down isn't working, and this story just gave you permission to move on, hit that like button. Your future self is already thanking you. And if this resonated with you, drop a comment right now. What are you not quitting that you know you should? Your honest answer might save someone else years of wasted effort. Sometimes the most helpful thing we can do is admit what's not working. Want more truths that successful entrepreneurs know but rarely talk about? Hit subscribe. This channel destroys comfortable lies and replaces them with uncomfortable truths that actually change lives. We share the stories that make you question everything you thought you knew about success, failure, and what it really takes to win. Because sometimes the best business advice is knowing when to close the business. See you in the next story.